Thanks everybody for stopping by the Tour Level Sports section on tourlevelfantasy.com. Obviously, we must have piqued your interest just quite a bit to learn a little bit more about what we do for sports betting and specifically on golf betting here at Tour Level Fantasy. So a really fun way to create a great community if we're all betting on the same thing and that one thing happens to win. So it's really a big focus for us here this year to build out that community, and hopefully some of the tools and content that we have specific to sports betting and golf betting will help do that. So without further ado, let's just take a look at the Tour Level Sports page. So as you can see at the top, we're just explaining a little bit about what we have and whatnot. And the next one here is the current week data and content. So this is going to be where you come to find all of the content that would apply to betting for the week. It's going to be on average of about 4 to 6 per week that we have that are just specific to betting. It won't have any daily fantasy sports information or anything else. So we do have one crossover article, which we will get to. But first, I would like to start with our technology. And our technology focuses for the sports betting on two things, the cheat sheet and the betting matrix. The betting matrix, which I have pulled up on screen for you guys here, is something that I put out each week and also email out to all of our subscribers and members. And what it is a calculator that will put in all of the players that we like playing for both the PGA Tour and the European Tour, and will allow us to calculate a parlay odd. Now, if you're very, very new to betting, I don't want to sound scary here. Parlay just simply means we're going to bet whoever we like in the European Tour golf tournament and the PGA Tour golf tournament in the same bet. So both of the players have to win, or both of the golfers have to win for the bet to actually pay out. So this calculator here just shows, for an example tournament, this was a couple weeks back for the Tour Championship of the European Tour, which they call the DP World Tour Championship, and the RSM Classic, which was the PGA tournament. So these, as you can see across here, are the players that were playing in the DP World Tour Championship. You know, Justin Rose, Jon Rahm, and the alike going across. And then we had on the RSM, some of the best players for the PGA Tour for that tournament were Matt Kuchar, Kevin Kisner, Brian Harman. So those are just the guys. Now, what the most important part about this calculator is this highlighted area right here. This highlighted area shows all of those players, kind of that I just mentioned, and what it does is it puts in their odds here in the yellow. This middle part will now calculate automatically, and once you have that inputted, which, like I said, normally I will send you mine, now all you have to do is go in and put the dollar amount that you want to bet. So let's say that we wanted to start off with a simple 50-cent bet on Justin Rose to win the DP Tour World Championship and Brian Harman to win the RSM Classic. That would have paid us $265.68 had that bet had been placed and we bet 50 cents on it. Pretty darn good return to get, two of the favorites of a golf tournament to win. So this is really, a really fun way to be involved in golf. And if you like watching golf, I'll tell you the European Tour has some great coverage on Sunday mornings. So you can catch that even before the PGA tournament, final day would start. So really, like I said, a really fun way to get involved. So now, if you are just a golf bettor and looking to find some great information all in one centralized place, I'll turn you to our cheat sheet. Our cheat sheet is going to list some really important information. And what we do is we take all of that important information and give it a rating. So in this specific tournament, this is for the Joburg Open that was hosted in South Africa. What we did is we took all of the statistical analysis that we could find from the European Tour, took all of their recent starts and a little bit of course history, not a lot of course history this week. And what we did is we come up with a rating and then an optimal rank based off of that rating. And basically that would tell us who guys we should be focused on to bet this week. Now, funny enough, this week was won by this guy named Sharma. We can try and pronounce his first name another time. But as you can tell, he was ranked number 27 out of over 200 golfers that week. So it's a really great tool to try and find guys that might be of great value or just really guys that we want to focus on to bet that week. So those are two really great pieces of technology tools. And of course, we need to follow that up with some written content. So one of the written content that we're going to have here, that it'll show up right here every week, is an article titled Getting Rich Slowly by Jared Larson. He's going to be focusing on that betting matrix technology and putting in exactly what bets he's going to take from it. So if you don't like looking at the betting matrix or can't quite follow it, Jared's got your back. He's going to give you his top picks each week in an article format with screenshots of how to place the bets and the like. So really excited for that article. And then our other one, that is the crossover article that I mentioned, is called The Winning Element. The Winning Element this week, this was focused on the CJ Cup when the PGA Tour was out in the Asia Swing. And what this does is it takes our favorite plays from each odds, in this case, daily fantasy sports price category. So specifically to the odds, what it is here in the first price category, we look at better than 40 to 1. So that's going to be our chalk. That's going to be our best players. Next is going to be the 40 to 60 to 1 odds. Those are kind of the mid-priced value guys. And then we get into the little deeper odds. Here we see 66 to 125, and then the punts or the deep dive at 125 to 1 and above. So it gives a great, a great card of different values for everybody to bet at. If you're only looking to do one tournament, we have the ability, we give you our top plays. So really great resources for bettors. Like I said, again, you can come to the tourlevelfantasy.com/tourlevelsports each week. It's going to be right on the bottom here. Also, we'll be sending emails out each week with links to the articles, as well as tweeting them out and putting them throughout our social media. So plenty of ways to find our content. And if you just want to see some previews and want to see some of the stuff that we do, each one of our content has a free piece to it. So if you just want to come and check us out and see how our writing is and see what type of articles we have, come back and check out anytime. Thanks again for joining us today, and I hope you found this useful, and look forward to seeing you on the other side.